Good morning. Welcome to Gentle Yoga with the Rain of Blessings. Today we'll be focusing on our back bodies and doing a lot of stretches for the backs of the legs and the back. Um, and I'd also like you to find joy in your practice. So the theme is joy. So try to smile and not take yourself too seriously. Just enjoy. So we'll begin on our backs with our legs bent and our knees in the air, and just allow the knees to gently come together. The feet are about hip distance apart, and you can place your hands on your lower belly and just try to open the heart and feel the back pressing into the floor and the back of the head. Find the inner curve, the concavity of the lower back, and as well as the cervical spine, the neck. So there's an arch in the neck. And just have the chin facing upward. And then allow the eyes to close. And come into your breath to take another sip of tea. And we'll begin with a 4-7-8 breath. So that's inhale on the count of inhale on the count of 4, hold for the count of 7, and exhale very slowly for the count of 8. So inhale and completely exhale all of the air. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, hold, exhale. On your own. Another round. And flutter the eyes open when you're finished. And we'll just begin with our arms out in a T, palms face up. Spread the legs a little wider, the feet a little wider than they were. And then windshield wiper the knees gently, not all the way to the floor, but just windshield wiper from side to side. Very slowly. Take it with the breath. So inhale the knees up to the top and exhale over to the side, whatever side you're on. Inhale to the top And exhale to the side. One more time to both sides, finishing on whatever side you didn't start on. And then recenter, and then extend the left leg long on the mat, straight out, and draw the right knee to chest. Flex the feet and gently pull the right leg in. The left knee may bend a little bit, and that's okay. We're just starting out and warming up. Maybe draw the right leg out towards the armpit a little bit, and then bring it back in for a deeper stretch. And breathe here. And return the right foot to the floor and stretch the right leg long and bring the left knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers in the opposite way under the left knee or the left thigh if that's too much for your knee. And then bend the right knee and return the right foot to the floor. And if you have your blanket handy, you can take the blanket and just roll one edge of it about 2 inches in, just a couple of times, and then place that under your neck. So it's just a little bit of support for the neck. And the rest of the blanket can be under your head. And then bring the arms out to the side. And you can keep your knees bent and knocked together here. We're just going to take some stretches for the neck. So tilt the right ear toward the right shoulder and turn the head to face the left arm. Back to center. Tilt the left ear to the left shoulder and turn to look, gaze over the right arm. Back to center. Tilt the head to the right, gaze to the left. Back to center. Tilt left, turn to the right. Back to center. Tilt right, turn to the left, and now take the left hand and place it on the right temple and just allow the weight of the hand to stretch the neck a little farther. Relax the right shoulder. Just completely let go of any effort in the right arm. Just feel the gentle stretch. And left arm back out. Head back to center. Left ear to left shoulder. Turn to the right and place the right hand on the left temple and allow the gentle weight, just not pressing down, just opening that up. Relax the left shoulder, feeling that stretch. And back to center. And now bring the knees back up over the feet, really aligned with the feet. And we'll take our knee to chest again with the feet on the floor. And just fairly quickly, right knee to chest, back to the floor. And you can use your arms to pull in left knee to chest. Exhale. Inhale, back to floor. Exhale, right knee to chest. Back to the floor. Inhale. Left knee to chest. Inhale, left foot to floor. One more time. Right knee to chest. Inhale back to the floor, left knee to chest, and inhale back to the floor. Now we'll just take the right foot in the air and stretch the back of the right leg. If you have a strap handy or a belt, you can place the belt over the ball of the right foot and stretch the left leg as long as you can get it, and just draw the right leg, straighten the right leg completely. The left leg may not be. And then draw the leg in, straight towards your chest, feeling the whole back of the right leg opening, releasing. Breathe the length of the back of the right leg. And then take both sides of the strap in the right arm and open the right leg up towards the right. Maybe you can stretch the left leg longer, reaching through the heel, drawing the right leg still in towards your torso, even as it's out to the side. Keep gazing straight up, breathing, feeling that inner right thigh relaxing, just giving way to the stretch, allowing the opening, not forcing it. And then draw the right leg back up to center and cross it just over the midline. Won't go very far, maybe a foot, maybe less. And feel the stretch in the outer right hip. And back to center. Release the strap and cross the right ankle over the left knee, drawing the left knee in. And this can be your cradle right here with your foot on the floor. You can take a block and put it under your left foot and just allow this opening. Or press the right legs gently more open, feeling that opening. Can kind of press on both thighs. Or you can bring the hands under the behind the thigh and drawing it in, or behind the shin, under the knee, and using the right elbow to pry that right leg open a little further, keeping both legs flexed to protect the knee, and breathing here. Try to take deep belly breaths. And release the left foot to the floor, and we'll take that on the other side. So take your strap again. If you don't have a strap, just interlace your fingers behind the thigh. Forgot to say that on the first side. And stretch the right leg long, and then draw the left leg in. Straighten the left leg. Both feet are flexed. Breathing the length of the left leg. Trying to let go in the hips. Releasing the effort in the legs and only using the arms to pull the leg in. If you can feel that release of the tension. And then taking both sides of the strap in the left hand, right arm out in a T, and open the left leg to the left. Really firm the right leg here on the floor and keep drawing the leg up and in, and then release the tension in the left leg and see if you can allow it to open a little bit further, keeping the right hip on the floor, breathing, and then drawing the left leg up and crossing it over, taking the straps in the right hand, left arm out to the side, and just cross the midline by a foot or so. Breathe the length of the outside of the left leg, bringing your attention to it. And release the strap. Bring the leg up and then cross the right ankle over the left ankle over the right knee. And then take whatever cradle suits you, whatever worked on the other side for you. It's probably a good idea to keep it symmetric. So even if this side is more open, just do what you could do on the first side. Breathing into that left hip. Feel the release of the leg muscles, even as your feet are gently flexed. They don't have to be rigid. Allow the opening. Maybe drawing the leg a little closer as the hip relaxes. And then replacing the feet on the floor, hip width apart. And now we'll take a block between our legs, between the knees and the lower thighs. And take the arms back out in a T and bring the legs to 90 degrees. And we'll just take some gentle windshield wiper motions here, holding the block but not pressing it too tightly, just about 20–30% of your effort. And tilt slowly to the right and try to use your breath here. Exhale back to center. Tilt slowly to the left and exhale back to center. Inhale right, exhale center. Exhale left and inhale center. Return the feet to the floor, but keep the blocks there. And if you have the blanket under your neck, you can keep it there for our bridge lifts. Bring the arms down, palms face down, next to the legs, and can have the feet maybe a little further away than we normally do in bridge, but really find your feet, find the floor, spread the toes wide, and then allow them to come down to the floor. And smile and lift the hips, arms come up overhead, and lower down slowly on an exhale. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Keep pressing the block, and exhale, lower. And now remove the block and just stretch your right arm above your head and roll onto your right side. Come all the way over to tabletop on all fours. Take the blanket off to the side and find your knees directly under your hips and your wrists directly under your shoulders. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Stretch it up and release to neutral. Stretch the left leg long along the floor and tuck the toes, pressing back, feeling again that stretch in the back of the left leg, using the strength of the arms, gently pressing. The whole left leg is straight but not really engaged here yet. And then lift the left leg and dial the pinky toe down, as Eileen says, flexing the foot. Engage the lower belly to help stabilize, and then stretch the right arm long. And you can point or floint the toes of the left foot here. You may want to even tuck the toes of the right foot, reaching from fingertips to toe tips, stretching, rising up out of the left shoulder, pressing down hard with the hand. And then bend the left knee and take the ankle in the right hand and lift, pressing the foot into the hand, lifting the gaze, lifting the knee, arching the back, breathing deeply. And then we'll release and stretch long one more time. And return the hand to the floor and swing the left leg out to the left with the toes pointed forward and the heel aligned with the right knee. And then shift the hips slightly back and interlace the fingers, coming up into Kali Mudra. So the arms are overhead, and try to find the hips squared to the front. And then take the left arm out to the left leg. Just place the fingertips on the right leg, so we're no weight. And then side bend, reaching with the right arm up and over. Breathe here. And then bring the right hand down to the right on the floor or on a block. And recenter your hips facing forward and draw the right arm or the left arm out and over. So the right arm is on the floor or a block. Press the hips forward, squaring them forward, and reaching through the left arm, reaching through the left leg, all the way from the heel to the fingertips. Feeling the side opening. And then swing the left arm down in front of you again. And just take a gentle cat-cow here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then we'll swing the left leg back to meet the right. And just tuck the toes and come into down dog. Pedal the feet here. First down dog. Not our deepest down dog yet. And then return the knees to the floor and stretch the right leg long and press the back of the right leg, openings, stretching it, pressing the toes into the floor, using the strength of the arms, breathing the back of the leg. And lift the right leg high and stretch the left arm out, rising up out of the right shoulder, reaching from fingertips to toe tips, and then bending the right leg. Catch the ankle with the left hand and press the foot into the hand. Lift the gaze, arching the back, breathing deeply. And reaching forward again. Return the left arm to the floor and swing the right leg out to the right. Heel aligned with the left knee and sinking the hips back. Bring the hands together in the opposite interlace with the fingers, the pointer fingers extended in Kali Mudra. And rising up, try to find the hips squaring forward. And then we'll side bend again to the right. Maybe even gazing up at the inner left arm of the hand. Breathing here. Right fingertips just gently touching the right leg. Smile. And can take your block again out to the left and or have your left hand on the floor or the block, and then squaring the hips forward again with the right arm straight up, and then reach it out and over toward the left, stretching the whole right side of the body. You can even gaze up here if your balance allows. Keep pressing the hips forward, reaching from heel to fingertips. And then swing the right arm down and in front again to the floor. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And draw the right leg behind again. Widen the knees as wide as the mat and sit back into child's pose. And rising back up again, tuck the toes, come into down dog. And we won't stay here long, but you can make this one a little bit deeper. And then lifting the right leg high in the air, draw the right knee to chest and come up and swing it through, step it through for warrior one. You can point the left toes out about 30 or 45 degrees, wing the arms back and press up with the right arm. The arms in a high V. You can take your hands to the hips and just make sure the hips are squared forward first. And really find the strength of both legs all the way up through the gluteal muscles. Kind of squeezing into the center line. And lift the gaze and maybe make this more of a back bend. And then bring the arms down to the center, to the sides, and align the left heel with the right and we'll come into warrior two. So turn the torso to the side wall and reach the arms forward and back. Sink down a little bit more into the right leg. Gaze over the right hand. Wiggle your fingers. Lift the corners of your mouth. Find the joy. And take the left hand to the inside of the left thigh and lift the right arm high. Peaceful warrior. And then we'll come back through warrior two and take the right elbow gently to the right knee. Not a lot of weight. And then take the left arm up and over for a side angle. And then come up again into warrior two, and then left hand to the inner left thigh and straighten the right leg. Lift the right arm high, radiant triangle, and then we'll come right into triangle. So pull the right hip back and under and reach as far as you can with the long torso. And lift the left arm. You can always keep the left hand on the left hip if that's more comfortable. And you remember, you don't want to come down with the right hand any farther than you can without turning toward the floor and rounding the spine. So you want to really keep the spine long and pull the right hip under the left, stretching both sides of the torso. And then we'll rise back up. We're going through these fairly quickly, but we spent a fair bit of time on our backs. So turn the toes to the long edge of the mat and make the outside edges of the feet parallel to each other. And then we'll take our hands to our hips and again take a gentle back bend here. Lift the heart. Take the head all the way back. You can almost cradle the head in the shoulders. Breathing here. And then coming back up and start to hinge at the hips with the long torso and slide the hands down the outside of the legs just to that point where your torso is still long, where you have the natural curves of your spine. So you're drawing the lower back in. And then when you come to your forward bend here, you can release the neck and the head and just taking the hands to the back of the leg wherever you are and drawing the torso closer to the middle through the legs. Shake the head, no, nod yes, so that the head is like a grapefruit hanging. Breathing here. And then placing both hands under the face. Turn the heels toward each other, maybe toe heel in 6 inches or so, 12. And bend the knees deeply. Scoop the hands over the knees and press up into goddess. Cactus the arms. So try to have the elbows directly out to the side and the hands straight up in the air. I'll turn to the side. So trying to have the elbows straight out from the shoulders. You can sink down a little bit, maybe sway from side to side. And then straighten the legs. And we'll turn to the back of your mat. So your right leg is back, left leg forward and turn the right toes out to the side. Square the hips to the front of the back of the mat and take warrior one on this side. Arms in a high V, really planting the feet, rooting down and strengthen the legs. And then maybe you can bend the left knee a little bit more. Keep breathing here. And straightening the left leg. Bring the right heel directly behind the left for warrior two. And take the arms out, front and back, torso to the side wall. Make sure the left knee is directly over the left ankle. And sink down, bending the left knee. And then take the left elbow gently on the left knee and reach through the right arm. Keep turning the torso to the side wall, drawing the left hip under, opening the right hip. Whole right side of the body is stretching. Can gaze up for a little bit of a balance challenge. And then take the right arm behind the right thigh, left arm up overhead, the left knee still bent for peaceful warrior. And then straighten the left leg for radiant triangle. I kind of skipped that in the middle. And then reach the left arm out and we'll come into a triangle pose here, reaching as far as you can with the left arm and drawing the left hip under the right. Place the back of the left hand inside the left leg and bring the right arm up. Keep adjusting, using the strength of the legs, rooting down through the feet, drawing the left hip under the right. Breathing deeply. And then as if someone's pulling you up by your right arm, draw it up and turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. And we'll come into our starfish pose here. So first just take 5-pointed star. So reaching through the legs and the arms, and then kind of step the right foot closer to the left and really find all of your weight in the left leg with the right toes on the floor. And then find a drishti, an unmoving point to gaze at, and then lift the right leg up off the floor. And bringing the right foot back down again, we'll go right to the other side, rooting down through the right leg, reaching through the arms, left toes on the floor. And this can be your pose right here, or you can just try to lift the left leg off the floor. Unmoving point. And then bring the legs together and just shake it out a little bit. And we'll come off the mat for a couple more balance poses. We'll take tree pose. So if you'd like to find your left arm, left hand on the wall or on a chair, back of a chair, root down through the left leg and draw the right knee to chest. If you can let go of the wall or chair, you can try drawing the knee a little closer and interlacing the fingers. Really, again, rooting down through that left leg, strong left leg. Circle the right ankle. both directions. Draw it a little closer and turn this into your tree pose. And wherever you want to place your right foot, it can be inside the left ankle, left calf, or left thigh, but not on the knee. And I like to place the right foot slightly in front of the inner thigh, not directly to the side. This has a little more of a flat space. And I can press my right foot into the thigh here. Press the leg into the foot as well. So really firm the left leg. And I like to press the right knee down a little bit and then lift the arms up overhead. You can keep the left hand on the wall or the chair, but just really try reaching up through the crown of the head and gazing up. And then bring the right hand to the right hip and turn the right knee forward and stretch the leg long and breathe. Smile. And lower the right leg to the floor. And then turn so that your right arm is on the wall or the chair. And we'll draw the left knee to chest. Rooting down through the right leg, strong right leg. Circle the left ankle. Draw it a little closer. And then take the left foot inside the right leg. Same tree pose as you did on the other side. Again, strong right leg. Really pull the right hip in. And you can press the left knee down a little bit with the left hand and raise the arms up. Raise your gaze, reach through the crown of the head at the same time as you're rooting down through the right leg. Breathing deeply. And then turn the left knee forward and extend the leg and breathe. And lower the left leg to the floor. How are we doing for time? We'll come up back onto our mats for our closing sequence. If you'd like to come with me, take the feet as wide as the mat and turn the toes out, and we'll sink down through a squat. So take the arms up and overhead and bring the palms to heart center, and then tracking the knees over the toes, sink the hips down all the way into a full squat, and the elbows are inside the knees, and then reach through the crown of the head and pull the lower back in. So we really want to have our back straight here. If this doesn't work for you, of course, you can just come down to the floor or sit on a block in your squat pose. And I'd actually recommend this for Kapalabhati. So if you haven't got your block nearby, you can grab it and then place it under your sits bones and then come back into the squat. And again, reach through the crown of the head. So we'll take Kapalabhati here, which is a sharp exhale, and then you allow the inhale to just happen. So exhale everything. Inhale completely. And exhale. Now inhale about halfway and begin. in and out through the nose, tongue behind the teeth. Inhale fully and exhale completely. And then we'll remove the block from under the seat. And you might want to keep it handy and come to sit on the floor. You can even find your other block and bring it to the other side for later. And take hold of the back of your thighs and reach through the crown of the head. Pull the shoulders up, back, and down. And then with your whole torso, like a board, all the way through your head, tip back, come up onto your toes, and bring the calves parallel with the floor and reach the arms out if that's available to you. Boat pose. Breathing deeply. And then holding on to the backs of the legs, bring the feet back down to the floor, elbows on the floor behind you, and just lower yourself onto your back very gently. So first we'll take bridge pose again. So now bring the feet so that the tips of your longest finger can just barely brush the backs of your heels. And the feet are directly pointed forward, parallel with each other. And just take a tiny cat-cow here. So first come into cat, pressing the lower back to the floor, and then arching and pressing the tailbone into the floor. Now draw the shoulder blades together. You can keep your palms flat on the floor beside you, or take hold of both sides of the mat, or you can lift the hips and interlace the fingers and walk the shoulders and arms toward each other underneath you. Now using the strength of your legs, press the hips up. Deep belly breaths here. Let it balloon up. Keep gazing straight up. There's a curve under your neck. Lift the hips a little higher. And if you have your arms underneath you, bring them back out to the side and lower your hips back to the floor. And I'll offer just the legs in the air, which is a more relaxing pose. If you'd like to take half shoulder stand, you can do that as well. So just take your block and place it right under your lower back, really not under the tailbone because we're going to round the tailbone up. And then take the palms out to the side, palms up, arms out to the side, and lift the legs up into the air. And just with the legs exactly vertical over the block, see if you can actually let go and allow the skeleton, those long leg bones, to support the legs. The feet can be together, and breathe. Really taking this inversion time to relax the face muscles. allowing the breath to come and go. Expanding even the rib cage with the breath and contracting it in. And now just flex and point the feet a few times and circle the ankles in the both directions. And then bring the feet back to the floor and lift the hips and remove the block. If you'd like to take the blocks and have them kind of at a 45-degree angle to your mat, we can use these for our side lying twist as well. So arms out in a T, shift the hips to the left about 6 inches, and draw the knees up to 90 degrees and allow them to come over to the right block. So I like to have it under my calves, so you can adjust that with your right arm. And then walk the right shoulder out from under and turn the head to gaze over the left arm. And then see if you can just completely relax. Let go of all the tension in the forehead, eyebrows, cheeks, and the chin, tongue, the neck, the arms and the legs, and the belly, and just allow the breath to come and go. And then draw the knees up to center and return the hips to the center and shift the hips 6 inches to the right. Draw the knees up to the chest and over to the left. Walk the left shoulder out from under and gaze over the right arm and relax your face. Relax the legs, completely let go. And we'll draw the knees back up to center and stretch the legs long on the floor one at a time toward the corners of the mat. If you'd like to use your hands to draw the flesh out from under the buttocks a little bit, you can do that, try that. And then just have the arms, the palms face up to the sides, wherever is comfortable for you. And we'll take a full body scan today since we have a little time. So begin by just becoming the observer of your body. allowing the breath to come and go. And we'll scan the body. So just notice each part of the body as I name it. The baby toes, fourth toes, third toes, second toes, and the big toes. The ball of the feet, top of the feet, the arch of the bottom of the foot, the heels, feeling the back of the heels, having gravity pull them down. The ankles, shins, scan the whole length of the shin. The backs of the legs, the calves, all the way from the ankle to the knees. The front of the knees, the kneecaps, inside and outside the knees. The back of the knees, backs of the thighs, and the tops of the thighs. The hips, outside of the hips, the pelvic floor, the inner lower belly, all those organs soft, cradled in your pelvis, the lower spine along the back, and the middle back, and the sides coming around to the stomach, solar plexus, the lower rib cage in front, and then back around to the back, feeling the spine of the upper back on the floor, the lungs, the rib cage expanding with each breath, front of the ribs expanding and relaxing. Notice the heart, collarbones, tops of the shoulders, outside of the shoulders, backs of the upper arms, and the front of the upper arms, the biceps, the elbows, back of the elbows, inner elbow, inside and outside the elbows, forearms, soft inner forearm and the outer forearm, and the wrists, inside and outside of the wrists. They do so much for us. Backs of the hands and the palms, the thumbs, pointer fingers, ring fingers, middle fingers and ring fingers, baby fingers, coming back to the throat and the back of the neck, the bottom of the skull. Trace it around to the jaw bones, the tongue relaxed in the mouth, the cheekbones, the ears, the eyes. See if you can completely relax all those little muscles around the eyes. Let the eyeballs sink back in their sockets. Forehead, the temples, the back of the head. I'll just trace it around the sides to the back and the crown of the head. And just allow the breath to come and go. Now bringing your attention back into the room without opening the eyes. Wiggle your fingers and your toes and stretch the arms up overhead and reach from fingertips to toe tips. And then drawing the knees very gently in, roll onto your right side if it's morning and left if it's evening. Drawing the knees in, comfort your body. Be grateful that we can still practice yoga. And then very gently press yourself up to a seated position for a closing prayer. You can sit on the edge of your blanket in Sukhasana, easy cross-legged pose, and draw the arms up overhead, palms together. Touch the forehead with your thumbs. Think well. Lips, speak well. And heart, love well. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today, Eric and Kate.